Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace, you gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition, they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing it. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store. I'm playing, I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse. Yeah, you just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the camp base where I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth. Yeah, they be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stance like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off. Yeah, it's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need consentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle strong. 4th and 40 got a punt. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me. top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And what is going on, Candle Mafia? Boring day for Bitcoin, at least so far, as we are continually testing that key resistance level, which is that point of control of our macro range, as you guys know. So in today's show, we're going to be talking about those levels of key resistance, guys, and the potential possibility for maybe one last push up before we get that roll back to the downside, because as you guys know, even when something goes up like Bitcoin just did recently, nothing goes up forever, and what goes up must come down, even if it is going to continue going up. So we're going to be taking a look at those key levels of resistance, as well as, kind of more importantly, those levels of support to the downside, that if we get that correction, where I'll be looking for those bounces. And also, guys, don't forget, by about halfway through the stream, we will be taking a look at those altcoins. And guys, I don't know what it is about Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. It just listens to us, guys. I don't know what it is. We're on a roll with Ethereum right now, so we're going to be taking a look at ETH and some of those levels we were looking at for a rejection yesterday, because we did wind up getting a rejection. So I want to talk about those levels. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get to spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. And if we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, I will be giving away a free month to the premium Discord to one lucky Candle Mafia member, and we'll spin the wheel 25 times, which is going to wind up leaving you guys with a bunch of free crypto, or leaving you guys with a chance to win some free crypto. But guys, we got an awesome show for you tonight. And oh no, yo, shout out to Dave Digital. Dave Digital, they're hiding your messages. Oh, Dave, what are you saying in there, bro? What are you saying? Shout out to Dave Digital. Somebody call the cops on Dave. I'm kidding. Dave is now immune to us calling the cops on him, because he is now the Candle Mafia member that's in charge of calling the cops on other people. I'm kidding, guys. I don't know what's with this like cop calling joke, but hey, I'm just gonna roll with it. But guys, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in tonight. And before we jump on into this price action, guys, which has been pretty lackluster today, let's go ahead and say what's up to the Mafia. Shout out to Dave Digital. I can't read your message, bro. But shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for being here. We love you, and I'm always excited to see you in the chat, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Crypto Nate B. What is going on, man? Said, how is Bitcoin still 30K? LFG, shout out to Crypto Nate B. That is right. We are sitting above 30K. That is for sure. Shout out to Danielson. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got, oh, whoa. Mr. Slacker, what is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon, Tyler Durden, D Petty, Crypto Captain Kirk. You guys, chemistry, bro, you know who the mods are. Tony D. I never looped Tony in with the mods, but technically he is a mod. So, guys, show some love to our mods in the chat. You guys know I love them. I know you guys do as well. They help me out, and I know they help you out. So show them some love in the chat. There's chemistry, bro, popping in. What is going on, bro? Mystic Ruin, what is going on? We got Lifer Adam said, Frankie the man. I say Lifer Adam, the other man. Shout out to you, bro. And let's see. Darren Does Things, as always. Big ups to the mod. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Joe Mama. Shout out to Brian. And last but not least, shout out to Shane Kerr and Tony D. Said, Snorlax, love you back. Dude or dudette. Shout out to Tony D and 420 Bud Monster. What is going on? Crypto Billy, how you doing tonight, bro? And Ken, bro, good to see you guys. And with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump right on into the charts and try to figure out what the heck this thing Bitcoin wants to do. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Guys, am I too dark? Am I too dark? Do I have to brighten up this light potentially? I don't know. I feel like I got a little bit of a shadow on me. But that's we'll fix the light after the stream. But let's see, the sauciest stream as always. Shout out to Satoshi Swag. I like that name, bro. And whoa, guys, don't forget, we got those sound effects. And shout out to Dinero, said, bring out the goat. Shout out to the goats out there. Crypto Pollo is in the chat, bro. I couldn't get a chicken sound effect fast enough, but we're going to go ahead and add a chicken sound effect for Crypto Pollo, or Bitcoin Chicken, as I like to call him. But you guys know we got the sound effects now. We got a bunch of different goats. We got some beats. For anybody who missed the stream yesterday, guys, we're going crazy with these sound effects. But guys, let's go ahead and jump right into this price action. And as you guys can see, Ian says, meh. Shout out to Ian, aka. Shout out to Kevin's Awake, said dump it. And shout out to Dave Digital, said, a.k.a. Denro. Shout out to you, bro. But guys, Frankie, you need to record. I know. Yeah, we're going to do some custom sound effects. Because what's better? What's a better goat sound than my goat sound? My goat sound is the goat sound. Ah! Anyway, guys, my neighbors are a little bit farther away from me now, so I could really let that goat go. Anyway, Mrs. Candles will get pissed off. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in here, guys. Now, as you know, obviously, Bitcoin has gotten quite a wild run up to our macro point of control at about 34,000, sitting right now at about $34,565. And pretty a crazy explosive move, guys. Obviously, we did catch this live on the stream. And this is a special call for Crypto Totoro. Totoro, if you're in the chat, just let me know. I got to show you something. But anyway, guys, obviously, we caught this move up here to our macro point of control on our live stream on Monday, I believe. And obviously, we are starting to get some resistance there. And actually, if I undo this a little bit, I just deleted the lines that we drew, from yesterday. And as you guys know, we are looking for some kind of significant resistance here. And if we can get a rejection, we are looking at some key levels below, which we will go over in just a second. But first, let me get rid of these lines. Bada boom. And I'm actually going to go ahead and hide our little support box here. And I just want to talk about Market Cypher B just a little bit. And I want to take a look at this local price action. Is it likely to get a correction from these levels, guys? Are we going to see a pullback? There are some things pointing towards a pullback, because not only, guys, does nothing goes up forever, right? Nothing goes up in a straight line forever. But even if we are going to continue to the upside, we are going to potentially be seeing a little bit of a pullback here coming in just locally before putting in a higher low and continuing to the upside. But let's go ahead and start off on those higher time frames. And obviously, guys, we are still keeping an eye on our local, not local, but this is kind of like a medium-term volume profile. I'm going to get rid of this, but this is still here if we do cool off and we do wind up breaking below 30K. This value area high at 29,500 is going to be a key level to watch, but I'm going to remove it off the chart. So just take that note. 29.5 is going to be a key level, but I'm going to take it off the chart right now because I am going to move on here to some more high time frame analysis. So starting off on the weekly here, guys, obviously, I'm gonna run through the high time frames pretty quickly because I think you guys know kind of my general sentiment. Obviously, we were looking for a move up here and then a potential lower high to come in before moving back to the downside. But obviously, we knew there was a chance to break those yearly highs. We were looking at that on the Sunday Sauce video from this weekend. And then we wound up breaking those yearly highs and coming right to that target of about 34,600, which again is that point of control of the range. And guys, like this is like I'm in my glory right now because like the volume profiles, guys, like let me see you guys spam those volume profile emojis in the chat if you guys love the emojis, love the volume profiles as much as I do, and just how reliable they are. Because on Monday's live stream, guys, when we saw this macro POC get hit live, it was like, obviously, I rant and rave over the volume profiles constantly, but, when we were looking at this live saying, there's those volume profiles, shout out to Tony D for making those volume profiles. I think he made it live during the stream. We were like, hey, we should have a VP emoji, and Tony D was like, I'm on it. 3 seconds later, we got the volume profile emoji. Let's go. Look at these things in chat. This is my favorite emoji. That volume profile, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Jeanette. Shout out to Alexander. Shout out to PHX. He said to smash that like button. Not a volume profile, but don't forget to smash the like button. Shout out to everybody who just spammed that emoji. Let's go. Love the volume profile. Shout out to Crip. Shout out to Crypto Tom. Crypt Tom. It's kind of small. I can't read that 100%, but shout out to Crypt Tom. At least that's what I call him. But obviously, guys, we were looking at that macro target here at 34,000, about 34,500. And, shout out to Dave Digital said, Frankie, MTC and I gym now. Where are you joining? When are you joining us? Shout out to Dave Digital, bro, I think the only way you're going to get me back in the gym consistently is if you move down to the ATL and join a gym. I will 100% join with you, and we'll get on a regimen together, and we'll get swole, bro. Let's get it. Shout out to Dave Digital. I appreciate the super chat, and I appreciate that that gym motivation because God knows I need it. But let's go. Shout out to Darlene says, got a membership yesterday. Thanks. No problem, Darlene. You could probably thank Golden or Cheeks or Hannah King. They probably gifted it to you. But, guys, obviously, we set this volume profile saying, hey, if we broke out, where could we likely go next? Well, now that we've been accepted below this value area or above this value area low, we were talking about how we could get that move up to the POC eventually. And then literally 2 seconds later, we just started boop, 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 and it just popped up right to that level, and we are seeing that resistance. Now, guys, I do want to talk about this level of resistance because it's pretty important, right? Because this is going to be like the most significant level of resistance, at least in the near term, right? Because it's the point of control of this macro range, and this is a pretty big range. And on top of that, if we come down here, obviously your money flow on the weekly is calling for more upside in the long term. VWAP sticking straight up, looking pretty bullish. But here's the thing, guys. This is not going to keep going up forever, right? Money flow will likely continue to trend up, but this VWAP is likely, in my opinion, going to cool off here somewhat soon, right? Because if you come on 6-day VWAP, still sticking straight up as well, and then your 5-day is kind of where you start to see this VWAP roll back over. Now, another thing we want to be keeping our eye on, which is, not necessarily printing just yet, but if we wind up continuing to come up here, I don't really see how we come up higher. Even at this point, if this VWAP rolls over, or that VWAP rolls over and our momentum wave comes down here, we could wind up printing a pretty nasty bearish divergence on the weekly, which doesn't necessarily mean we're going to zero. You guys will remember, I'm going to spit a little bit of divergence sauce a little bit later in the stream, but this is the thing, guys. Just because you get a weekly bearish divergence doesn't mean that you're going to yeet down to 10K, right? But it is a pretty high time frame to get a divergence on, which would make it a very strong signal. But you want to remember that's the 6-day. This is the weekly. Same things happening here, right? As you put higher highs on your price action into that key level of resistance, and then you get those lower highs on your momentum waves, giving you that bearish divergence. You have, there we go. So you definitely are going to get that bear div if you print a red dot and this momentum wave does not break these highs. However, you want to think about where you are in the market, right? Like, where are we within the grand scheme of the price action, right? Like, this isn't like if we were getting a bearish divergence on the weekly when we were at the top of the market, right? Like we did back here. You can see that very clearly. You have your higher highs on price, lower highs on momentum waves, and then you get the big bear market to begin. But, we're not really at the top of a bull market right now. We could be nearing a top of a bear market rally, but this is just something we want to keep an eye on, right? Because this, even if we aren't going to break the lows down here closer to about 25K, we could see that bearish divergence on the weekly, 6-day, even on some of these higher daily time frames. They could just indicate that cool off is incoming, right? And then we'll talk about those key levels of resistance. Key levels of support in just a second. I'll kind of elaborate on why those are so important. But, again, key level of resistance, right? 5-day VWAP starting to roll over here. 4-day VWAP also starting to curve off. Also, but although your money flow is crossing into the green, right? That is more bullish than bearish in the long term. But that VWAP rolling over is indicating that we are likely to cool off at some point here soon. And again, remembering that you're at this key level of resistance. Now, VWAP on your 3-day rolling back over, 2-day also rolling back over. Money flow still looking pretty good on that 2-day, but your VWAP is definitely rolling back over. And then your daily is ever so close to printing that red dot. We're not quite at the 0 line yet, but we may wind up printing this red dot if we start getting a move down. I think we may get it on the next candle. We close this candle in about 1 hour and 57 minutes and 47 seconds. And if we wind up getting that red dot, that may be where we start to see a push to the downside. Now, if you guys remember back to our live stream yesterday, we were talking about those kind of the strategy where you're looking for the red dots or the green dots on the higher time frames, and then going down to those lower time frames and analyzing the money flow, trying to see if they're in agreement to potentially predict a big move. Now, when you're looking at the daily time frame, you're gonna want to go down again. Like anytime I see red dots on any of these hourly or daily time frames, I am going down to their respective lower time frames to look for the money flow and see what it's doing, right? Is it in agreement with the red dot? Is it going against it, right? Because we can predict potential big moves if we're able to get these things to line up. And I think yesterday we were talking about the 8-hour and the 30-minute money flow, but right now, what I would actually keep an eye on is the red dot on the daily with the 90-minute money flow. And as we take a look here at the 90-minute money flow, it's actually pretty flat, right? We're kind of not, I mean, it's generally, locally it's coming out, but really nothing. You're pretty thick in the green here on the 90-minute. So, once we start seeing this money flow roll over, this could be an indication that we are going to get a correction, right? So once you see this 90-minute money flow start to kind of roll over here, if we are going to wind up getting that red dot at the same time, that's something we can keep an eye on. To try to figure out if we're going to get a big move. Now, again, just like we are looking at that on the daily, I'm also going to be looking at the 16-hour and the 1 hour, right? So we are getting that 1 hour red dot printing on the 16-hour, but look at money flow here, guys. This 16-hour money flow is strong. That's some thick boy money flow right there. But I want to come down to the 1 hour and analyze the money flow. Also pretty flat here. This is very interesting because oftentimes you will see that the money flow is already starting to come out once you get those red dots, but not in this case, right? But as we play around with this POC, guys, not only do we know that this is a very key level of resistance for more reason than one, and we'll go over why exactly in a minute, but, we not only know this is a strong level of resistance, but we can also just look at this POC as a possible just level to watch, because if we flip this level to support decisively, right? We start closing a bunch of 4-hour candles up here, and we really start flipping this to support. This could open the door to some higher prices, potentially coming all the way up to some of our next targets, which I'm not really going to go over right this second. But if you guys watched the show last night, you will know some of those higher targets are getting closer to about, I guess we could pull it up. Where are we, right? Where are those levels of resistance? Okay, we'll pull them in a minute. But obviously, if we get above that POC, we could start the journey potentially to get up to our macro value area high. But again, this is pretty far away at about 48 to 50K. Obviously, there are intermediary levels in between those, in between where we're at now and 48 to 50K that we're going to have to watch very closely. But, we'll talk about some of those targets in a second. But again, are we going to get a correction here at the POC? Here's the thing, guys. Let's go back in time to when XRP was getting that bullish news and giving us a potential signal that we were going to get a big move to the upside. And I want to talk about kind of where we were expecting price to reject from. Let me pull it up from here. And this all makes sense in a second, right? So you guys know, let's go back into bar replay mode. And let's come back over here, right, where we were watching XRP range around, and we were looking at a potential breakout of this range, bringing us up to the 63 cent level. And if we were able to get above that value area low, it was our doorway to higher prices, potentially bringing us all the way up to that point of control at 83 cents or 84 cents. And then once we got to this POC, we were starting to anticipate a pullback, right? And then obviously, as we move price forward, we obviously got that big move up to that POC. And I just kind of want to talk to you guys because we are in somewhat of a similar situation here, like not the same exact situation, but we have left a lower volume profile and we've been accepted into the macro volume profile. And this volume profile is also pulled from the top of the 2021 bull run, just like that one on Bitcoin is, right? So you have your 2021 bull run volume profile, right? Come to Bitcoin. Same exact thing, right? Same exact thing. 2021 Bitcoin bull run, right? And we'll go back to XRP, right? So same exact thing we're seeing. Come on. I want to go back. Where we go? There we are, right? So once we got above that level, right, we were expecting that POC to come in. And once we got to that POC, guys, we were, not only expecting a correction, but we kind of hung out up there. Let's go back. We came up, and then we kind of hung out up there a little bit, very similarly to how we are right now. And the reason I bring that up is, you don't want price to shoot up here. And if we do wind up getting a little bit more of a push up on Bitcoin, just because we're over that POC right now, doesn't mean that you're going to hold support and go to the value area high, right? It's very important to realize that you could easily just kind of play around with these levels a little bit for quite a bit of time, right? But what happened in hindsight, right? Although we got the pump, the dump, and then we came back up, tested it again, almost went for it another time. But we are still expecting the rejection here, right? This is still strong resistance, even though we wicked up above the level here. Didn't mean that we were going to go to $15 for XRP, right? We were still at that key level of resistance. And in hindsight, this is kind of what I wanted to talk about. In hindsight, what happened? We went right up to that POC and then got the big rejection. Now, I'm not saying we're going to dump all the way back down to the lows, but just because we peaked up over here, a lot of people thought this thing was going to break out to crazy prices, and we simply just got a retest and a big dump. So we are in somewhat of a similar situation here with Bitcoin, as again, we have left a lower volume profile broken into the bigger volume profile, and we are now testing that POC. And although we are sticking back up through this level, that does not mean that we are necessarily going to break it and yeet up to higher targets. We could easily play around on this level a little bit and still get the rejection. So I just want to be very clear about that. So what I'm doing here is not only analyzing the other indicators like Lux Algo and Market Cipher to try to figure out if we are going to get the correction, but we are just looking at the point of control as a key level, right? Because again, in order to hold, we have to hold support on top of this POC. It's not just like once we break it, we're off to the races, right? You have to sit up here. I would like to see some bullish consolidation up there before expecting that or considering that level healthily held before more upside. So, and on top of that, guys, like not only are we seeing the higher daily VWAPs rolling back to the downside, which would indicate a potential pullback incoming, but you also have the 2-day looking for the red dot, daily looking for the red dot, 16-hour red dot printing. And then if we come on down to some of the lower time frames, not only do we have a slight bearish divergence on the 4-hour between these two momentum waves, but we could potentially, we are printing some bearish divergences on some of these medium hourly time frames with the higher highs on our price. Let me zoom in here a little bit and get rid of this. With the higher highs on our price and then the lower highs on the momentum waves, giving us that bearish divergence, even with the money flow coming out here. That 1-hour money flow is, it's just kind of flat, but the 2-hour money flow is coming out. You have the bear div confirmed. So we could just wind up coming up here. We're getting the bearish divergence into the key level of resistance. This could indicate that we're going to get a significant move to the downside. Now, again, not calling for zero. The money flow on the higher time frames is calling for the uptrend to continue in the long term, but the VWAPs and the bear divs on the medium hourly time frames are pointing to a potential correction incoming, and the fact that we're at that key level of resistance just gives you a little bit more confidence. And here's the thing, guys. I will say this. I am being careful of a potential second run up here or another little push up here. And the reason for that is, well, number one, we probably have a lot of people short from the high right here, right? And the price might want to come up here, stop out those shorts before getting the rejection to the downside. So I will be looking, for some kind of maybe another push up here before getting a big move down. But the other kind of thing that is kind of making me think like, hey, maybe we're not ready to come down just yet, is I would really like to see the money flow in a little bit more agreement. Like this 90-minute money flow, like I'd like to see this come out a little bit more. This 1 hour money flow, I'd like to see this come out a little bit more, because if we start seeing this money flow specifically, like write this down. If the money flow comes in or comes out on the 1 hour or the 90-minute at some point here soon, we may be able, with the red dot on the 16-hour and the red dot looking to print on the daily, this is where we may be able to see that push down. But I would really like to see the money flow come out a little bit more. It's just not, and again, the other thing here is we have this 4 hour VWAP that is attempting to get back over that zero line to print a green dot. And, I think if we wind up getting that green dot, you might get one more last push up before finally getting the push to the downside. So I do think the correction may come in here at some point soon, but I am just being a little cautious of that secondary push up. Again, not only because of the way Market Cipher B looks, but also because I know that there are likely a lot of people short from up here, and price might want to go stop those people out before reversing price back to the downside. Shout out to the 803 people concurrently watching this live stream right now. Smash that like button if you have not already. Touch it with your butt, hit it with your elbow, hit it with your nose, punch it, kick it, abuse it. I don't care what you do. Creepily fondle it for all I care. Just tap that like button to help us push this content out to more Candle Mafia members like you guys. Today's episode is brought to you by Aztec and Cactus Moss Water. Don't you forget it. All right, let's go ahead and see. Frankie, can you pump Bitcoin? Shout out to Snorlax. Let's go. Yeah, Snorlax, you go take a nap, and when you wake up, Bitcoin will be up. Don't you worry. I got you, bro. I'll hop on a call with Satoshi tonight, and we'll try to get him to move. All right, let's see. Pump it up again, like last stream. Shout out to John. Yeah, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Maybe we can, if we get a pump midstream, guys. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be an absolute party in here. All right, let's see. Got liquidated for 400K today. My life is ruined, Lewis. Oh my God, bro. I really hope that's not true. I hope you're trolling. I really do hope you're trolling, because that's true. That's horrific. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Let's talk about, obviously, like, again, not much has really happened here, right? The kind of nice thing here is we are starting to form a little bit of a local range. I'll actually pull up the clean chart here. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay. So let's just pull up the local analysis here. I will pull this little range here. So we have our range high sitting here at about, let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, so, all right. So we have the range high sitting here at about 34,883. Range low sitting here closer to about 33,687. Value area low just below that. But again, we're kind of just sitting between this POC and the value area high. If we could squeeze up here and get one last push down, that's where I would be comfortable taking a short. But this is kind of, let's talk about the local levels here, right? So let me go ahead and pull this. Let's pull this from the high, or from the low to the high. So locally, guys, some local resistance now, local support would be this value area low. Now, I will be honest with you guys, I'm not necessarily looking for any trades within this local range other than shorts, right? Because again, now that we've gotten a little bit of a range formed here, this gives us a little context into what is likely to happen next, right? Because we're not just kind of like randomly entering in on a giant candle. We have some consolidation, and we kind of have our footing in the market letting us know, like, okay, these are the highs, these are the lows. Now we have context to start to look for trades, right? So what I would be looking at here is this golden pocket and this 786 Fibonacci retracement level as some local support. Now, I want to be very clear. If we come down to these levels, I am not, right? If we come down, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, I am not necessarily looking for longs here. That doesn't mean you can't look for longs, but the reason I am not looking for longs here is because if we do wind up coming back down here, it's probably I'll be eating dinner, right? And I'm done for the day. But other than that, like, really the real reason is that I'm already in my long position. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. No, that's BingX. This trade is on Femex. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this, I am still in this long position, still up about 575%. We got a whole lot of profit locked in, still up over $1,000. Could take that at any point, but I'm already in this long position, right, guys? So, and again, because of what we talked about earlier in the stream, we're at that critical level of resistance, that POC, and not only any POC. This is not like a local POC. This is a macro POC from the top of the bull market. I don't want to make it seem like this level cannot get broken, but this is a significant level of resistance. This isn't just some willy-nilly resistance level. So, the likelihood of some kind of pullback here could be likely, right? So just like if we get that second push up, I'm going to profit more on the long. So I'm really focused on getting shorts within this range because I'm already in a long position, right? That doesn't mean that your plan can't be different, but just with the way I'm set up here, I'm not really looking for any scalp longs, right? I'm looking to hold my long and then look for fresh shorts. But there you go. If we do push up, I will take a little bit more off this trade. So I only have $160 in this trade right now. So it's like, this is just kind of like, I've been in this trade for a little while now. But let's go ahead and continue on here. If we could just get a little breakout here, that'd be beautiful, Bitcoin. That'd be real nice. Take a little more profit off the long and then hop in a short position. But locally, guys, just looking at the range, this is going to be kind of your next levels of support to be looking at. If we do wind up coming down, you could potentially catch some scalps here. But again, I would be definitely favoring the shorts, right? I'd rather come up higher and then look for a short position because remember, now that we have the volume profile sitting here, you guys can kind of look at this and be like, okay, well, if we come back down to the low, right, and we deviate below that range low, and we go for the 786, if you're getting bullish confirmations, which I'll be honest, doesn't seem very likely, right? Like if we come down here and get bullish confirmations, I'd be kind of shocked, right? Because all the market cipher B would have to flip around. It just doesn't seem likely to me. Doesn't mean it's impossible to catch a scalp off this, but if we do come down here, you're deviate from the value area low. That's where you're looking for longs, and I would just look to maybe rip it up to the value area high, move your stop loss to your break even point, and then look for a potential breakout to the upside. But I do think more likely than not, if we're going to pump here again, I think we are likely to just come up from here before rolling back to the downside. But that's kind of what I'd be looking for. Shout out to Clinton. Oh, hey, Clinton Q. Hey, he abbreviated. I like that. He shortened his name just to Clinton Q. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate you. He says, isn't that a bull flag? Is it a bull flag? So for me, what I like to see for a bull flag, thank you for asking that, Clinton. For me, for a bull flag, I'm not going to say it's not a bull flag. It kind of does look like, we were talking about this last night, right? Like it does kind of look like, or it was looking like bullish consolidation, more like a bull pennant almost, going like this, right? It looked more like a bull pennant, and then this could be the breakout. Maybe you come, maybe you come back down and test before you break out. I mean, maybe you could look, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not looking for a long down here. I'm not saying you can't long down here. But for me, though, Clinton, I would say, listen, that looked more like a bull pennant to me. But for a bull flag, I would rather see, right, like the pole like this, right? And then I like to see the price action trending down, right? Like kind of like a flag coming down. And that's what I like to see for a bull flag, right? But that doesn't mean that this can't break out. Typically, when price comes up and consolidates, oftentimes that is bullish, right? So when you get a move up and then consolidation, oftentimes you do get another move up, right? So you could consider this bullish consolidation for sure. For me, I've always looked at flags as more of like a descending channel, right? Or descending range. And then you pull the flag down like that, and then typically they break out like that. But you could consider this somewhat a bullish consolidation, but here's the thing. We've come up so much already, and again, like a lot of these time frames, if we do continue to just pump from here and we get if we go like maybe to 38 to 40K from here, it would look really weird on Market Cipher, right? Because our 16-hour red dot just confirmed. No, this did because we were looking at a different chart before, but this 16-hour red dot's confirmed. We could get VWAP flips and potentially continue up, but I will say these bear divs, right? These bear divs on top. I mean, if we do get the push up, I'd look for the 4-hour green dot. But again, this daily's got to cool off at some point. This daily is pretty overbought. Now, just because it's overbought does not mean that you cannot come down, right? A lot of people think I remember when I first got into trading, I thought what everybody else thought. I'll just look at the RSI. As soon as it's overbought, I'll sell, and whenever it's oversold, I'll buy. And that's not how it works. You get wrecked really quick like that, right? Because you could be overbought for a significant period of time, and you could continue coming up. But this is still a signal that you may want to cool off here. But again, I will say, like, the lower time frames, I'd really like to see the money flow in the lower time frames come down. But really, if I could take a random guess, right, someone had a GUN to my head and said, you have to guess right now, or what I would prefer, I should say, to happen would be maybe another push up, right? Maybe that 4-hour green dot gives us another little push up. But in my opinion, that would be a push up potentially. Grab my brush tool, a push-up just to kind of come back down to correct, because here's we'll take a look at exo charts in a second. Nothing goes up forever, and again, even if money flow is pointing to the upside on the higher time frames, which it is, this is it's likely that we're going to get a cool-off first, and we'll talk about some of those levels I'm looking at for that cool-off if we do indeed get it. But locally, guys, your resistance down here is at about 33,595, and then the 786 is coming in at 33,133, right? So that's your local level of support. So if you are going to come down, right, if we do get back down to the bottom of the range, I would treat this as a typical volume profile. When you get below that value area low, you're looking for longs. When you get above the value area high, you're looking for shorts, right? So just going to be treating this as a volume profile. If I were trading it, I am not. I want to be very clear and transparent. I'm not in this trades, or I'm not looking to trade this range right now. But what happens if we actually wind up getting that bigger cool off? Well, I'll tell you what. We have some interesting levels below us, right? Because if we come up to something like the 4 or the 5 hour here, let's pull up exo charts real quick. And I want to pull up the 30-minute chart, and we'll take a look at the TPO. Take a sip of the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. What's the price target if it pumps again? Oh, yo, who said that? Shout out to XPR Dragon. That is a good question, and we'll talk about those upward targets in a minute because I'm going to bring them up. We looked at them yesterday. We're going to look at them again today. But first, let's take a look at the TPO, right? Let's see. Okay, so looking below us, guys, we have some interesting levels, right? We have these single prints down here at about, between 32,214 and 32,526. Remember, single prints are untested areas on the chart where price spent less than 30 minutes. So oftentimes, price likes to come back and test these untested areas, right? So if we do get a move down, this is going to be, these single prints between 32,370 and about $32,034. Wait, hang on. I want to get the top of the single prints, right? So 32,530 all the way down to about 31,850, right? These are going to be the key levels because if we get a correction, price might want to go for those single prints, right? And we might come down. They may act as support. We may fill them very quickly. But if I do get into a short here, which I am not in yet, I am not in a short position yet, but if I get into a short, if we come up to some higher levels and we reject and we get that big move down, I will definitely be looking to take a good bit of profits here because why, right? It has to do with having context and having a plan, right? My plan right now is not to short the market to zero. Why is that? It's because of the money flow on the higher time frames getting fresh crossovers into the green. This is bullish, especially on the 4-day time frame. On the 2-week, this is bullish in the long term. This indicates the money flow crossover into the green on the higher time frames indicates the long-term trend will continue up. So I am not looking to short this thing down to zero. So I will be looking to take some profits if I do wind up getting into a short around these single prints, right? And it actually would make a bit of sense if we were to come down and fill those single prints because right once we get through here, right, oftentimes what will happen is price will come down and we could come fill these single prints. And typically, if you get accepted into these single prints and you fill them, it happens very quickly. And if that does happen, we do have this little high volume node back here sitting at about 31,581 that if we do fill that and wick a little bit below, we may be able to tap that high volume node and get a little bit of a retracement to the upside. So I'm not saying that's where the downtrend will end, but that is kind of the first key level. And it's just it's a point of interest on the chart, right? There's single prints. Single prints are just a point of interest on the chart because they're untested and price likes to go test them again, right? And then once we get down there, we know there's a few different ways that the single prints behave when you actually interact with them. And then based off how we interact with them, that's where we try to figure out our next move. So again, those prices are between about 32,530 all the way down to about 31,836. So I will be looking again, if we get that move down, I'm looking for some kind of a reaction off of those single prints. But let's come back to the trading view chart really quickly, and let's talk about these levels of support below us, right? So not only do we have those single prints down there, which I actually think my Sunday Sauce video might be about some TPO indicators for trading view, so you guys can see where the single prints are without actually having a software like Exo Charts, which could be... if you don't want to pay for something like Exocharts or something, there are some indicators that can show you the single prints, which maybe I'll make the Sunday Sauce video about that. If you guys, let me know if you guys are going to be interested in learning, how to get the single prints on your trading view chart so you can find these levels as well. And if you'd like it, then I will make that video for Sunday. But with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some of these other levels. And I'm actually going to mark out these single prints on the chart right now. So let me go ahead and... let's see. Let's go back to EXO. Okay, so 32,214 to 526. Bada boom. Bada bing. 32. Yeah, so it's low. Oftentimes, guys, you will also see that a lot of the single prints do happen. I mean, they usually happen with obviously big moves up to the upside, right? Because when you get these big candles, price spends less than 30 minutes at certain prices within that level. That creates the single prints. But also, you often will see volume gaps in that area, right? Because what happens when you have volume gaps, typically, obviously it happens when there are big moves up or down in the market. So if I zoom in here, you could see on this profile, we have a big gap here, right? A big gap in the volume. I know it's kind of hard to see. I could try to brighten it up for you guys. But you have a little gap here, which is likely where the single prints are. And again, what is it? 32,213. Yeah, like right down here. And then where is... or 32,214, and then all the way down to about 32,034. 32,034. Yeah, so it's like they're right down here. So that is going to be a key level, right? So let me just go ahead. I'm going to draw a box real quick, grab the coordinates, and I'm going to get the exact numbers, right? So I'm going to go from the top. We got 32,214. So we got 32,214. All the way down to about 32,526 or up. Boom. Okay. And then you have another little pocket of single prints. I'll pull another box. Pull the coordinates. Bada boom. 31,846. $31. What is going on right now? 31,846. Don't mind me, guys. To 32,034. Okay. Boom. Boom. And then let me just change them to single prints. Single prints, right? Okay, so we know we have these single prints down here. That is going to be a significant area to be looking at. And then I want to come down to this chart, guys, because we also have some levels within here that are interesting as well. Now, as you guys know, this value area low, these two value area lows between about, I would say, 28.6 all the way up to about 29,250. This is a very key level of support, right? Because this area are the value area lows, right? This is the value area low, not only of this range, right? This volume profile we have here, the value area low coming in at about 28.6. It is also the value area low of this macro volume profile from the top of the bull market coming in at about 29,250, right? So that is a very key level of support because in order to maintain within this area of balance, guys, write this down. In order to keep the door to higher prices open and get to some of these higher targets that we've been looking at, we have to maintain support above those key levels, right? So again, between 28.6 and 29.250. We must hold above those levels to continue our hopes of getting a bigger move up to some of these higher prices, getting into the high 30s and low to mid 40s and maybe even the 50s, right? But we have to hold those levels, right? So your key macro levels of support are going to be between those levels. Now, I have extended this blue box a little lower down to the 786 retracement of the local impulse to the upside. When you pull from this low, this local impulse to the upside, to the top or to the high, this is your local 786 retracement, right? So I have that blue box right there, and then I'm even going to extend it up to the golden pocket. So really these levels come out to be between 29,859 all the way down to 28,371, right? So that encompasses all of those confluent levels. And that is going to be a key level, right? Because not only is it the value area lows of the range, right? It's just like any other value area. If we wind up getting a bounce here, we are still within our macro value area. But what happens if we come down and we wind up losing these levels, right? We lose this blue box and we can't get back above. Why? I'm going to be looking for lower prices. Why? Because if we get stuck below that value area low, we are now going to be accepted back into our old range, which the lows of that range are getting closer to 25,635, which we also have single prints down, right? We have single prints down here as well, right? Let me find them. What is the level? What is the level? Down here, closer to 25.5, right? So we'll go. Let's zoom in. Where are we? I think it's all the way back here. 25. We're on the 30-minute chart, right? Yeah, so these single prints down here, right? 25,218 all the way to 25,825. This is another untested area on the chart, right? Now, we're pretty far away from this. And just because they're single prints all the way down here does not mean that we have to go fill them. But we have there's a lot of levels of support within here as well that we could land on. And, I'm not saying we're going to come down there. But again, looking at the volume profiles, if we get stuck below this value area low, look at this range. Because once you lose that golden pocket and you can't get back above, let me get rid of this drawing, right? Once you get below this golden pocket and you can't get back above, that's where your value area high of this local range is. And if you can't get above that level, you are likely to get accepted into this previous area, and you could be on your way down to the POC and the value area low of that range. And if you deviate from that value area low, which is right here, you could go fill those single prints and then wind up getting another move to the upside. Now, I'm not calling for that to happen. I'm just saying, guys, if we lose this value area low, you're just going to simply be back in that range. And I forget who said it yesterday, but somebody in the chat yesterday was like, please, God, no, Frankie, no, don't go back to that range. And I hope not either. This was like some of the most boring price action on Bitcoin ever. Other than this move up and this move down, right? And then this move up. But other than that, it was like very, very grueling, boring price action. But again, like these, if we get a big move down, right? There are some local levels within here we could stick to. We just looked at them. We just looked at the single prints, which are coming in much higher than that value area. But again, we could bounce off some of these levels and continue higher as well. That's why we're looking at multiple levels. But again, if things get real bearish and we start getting a big dump, you guys are going to be happy, right? Everyone's going to be happy that they have these levels on the chart, because you now know if you get that big dump down, it's like if we start getting below 31K and we're back in the 30s, people will be like, oh my God, it's going to zero, right? But you have this very, very key level of support. And in my opinion, if we get down here and start seeing bullish confirmations, this will be a fire place to look for a long. Right? Because again, what happens when you get down to the value area low? You want to look for longs. Even if you deviate slightly, guys, we have that 786 right here, which you could deviate, get a bounce off that 786. If you get your confirmations, go for that long position. This would be a very, very good place to look for a long, in my opinion, right? Because again, the trend is likely to continue to the upside based off money flow, and this is a very key level, being the value area low of the macro range. Like, we're just simply looking for longs at the low of the range, looking to ride it back to the POC and then the value area high. Now, if we get a pump out of nowhere, which is not impossible, if we do get another pump out of nowhere, what are some key levels to the upside that I am going to be looking for locally? Well, first off, what I want to look at with you guys is this local volume profile right here, right? We have a very interesting level between about 39,185 all the way down to about 37,760, right? And what is that level? Let me just make sure I have this pulled correctly. Boom. And what are we? Hang on. Let me just make sure I have this. right here. Okay. So between 38,896 and 37,830, right? Like pretty close to the other level we were just looking at, right? But depending on how you pull that range, you might get a slightly different level. But this purple box right here is going to be a big level of resistance in my opinion, right? Because not only is it the value area low of our next volume profile or our next area of balance, right? What happens? You have imbalance and you have balance, right? Price ranges 80% of the time, right? So you have balance and then you get imbalance. Then you get balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance, right? So when you leave a volume profile, you will go hunt out, naturally, price will go hunt out new areas of value, right? So if we wind up, we've left the area of balance. Well, let me pull it up, right? We've left this area of balance, right? And although we're within this macro volume profile, right? Although we're in this macro volume profile, locally, we've left this area of balance, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to go hunt out the next area of balance, right? And where is that going to be? Well, it is coincidentally, let me get rid of some of this stuff. It was coincidentally sitting right up here from this area of consolidation between that value area low and POC in pretty nice confluence, right? So if we get back up there, this is going to be a level I am looking at for kind of being the next target, right? And not only that, but we also have that macro or that monthly. Hang on. What chart is that on? Let's see. I think it's on this chart. Where is that monthly naked POC? I guess it's on a different chart. But we also have a naked monthly point of control, which I can find here on Exo charts in just a second. Let's go to the monthly chart. We'll let that load in the background. But we do have a monthly naked point of control from up here, very, very close to 40K, right? And that 40K level is basically pretty, just above this purple box, right? So let's see if we can get this to load real quick. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Hey, Zeus Cash. Zeus Cash says, Lifer, +1 Lifer. Hold up. Is Lifer in here? Lifer. Is Crypto Lifer in here right now? Why is it naked? Shout out to Wolf of Crypto. Is Lifer in here right now? Did I miss him? Mods, let me know if he's in here. Shout out to Lifer if you're watching this. But anyway, this naked monthly point of control is coming in at 38,998. 998. Yeah, 38,998. I had to check my eyes there for a second. 38,998. So let me go ahead and 38,998. And then we'll do monthly point of control. Well, monthly naked point of control. But shout out to Wolf of Crypto. I don't know what's going on. I don't see no lifer. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. But anyway, continuing on here, guys, this monthly naked point of control is sitting right at the top of that purple box, and that is sitting right at about 38,990. Right, that top of that box is almost right on that monthly naked point of control. So if we get another push to the upside here, that is going to be your very, 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 very key level of resistance. And I'll be honest, if we yeeted right through these levels, I would be shocked, right? Like, you're going to get some kind of reaction here if I had to guess, right? But again, this point of control right here is probably going to be, a very strong level of resistance as well, unless we get some kind of short squeeze to the upside. Again, in which case I will be looking to take a short up here above these highs. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Let's see. What the charts? Lol just started watching. What indicator was that? Shout out to Rockstar Cola Gomez. Not Gomez. This is I don't know what indicator you're talking about. We got Market Cipher down below. But you might be talking about the volume profiles. You may be able. You may be talking about those volume profiles. But you can check out the volume profiles. I have tons of content on the channel teaching you guys how to use the volume profiles. But yeah, that is you might be talking about the volume profiles, which is these little ranges, right? These are the volume profiles. But with all that being said, guys, that is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, right? Like, not too different from yesterday. We're just still kind of ranging around, hanging out at that POC. It does look like we could be, this does look like some kind of bullish consolidation. But again, even if we get a push up, I'm going to be looking for shorts to catch that ride down because I'm already in a pretty decent short position. Okay. With all that being said, guys, let's go. It's about that time to start taking a look at those altcoins. Go ahead and spam your favorite alts in the chat right now. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what altcoins we're looking at. And we're going to start off with Ethereum after I take a sip of the Aztec and Cactus Moss Water. Matic. We'll take a look at Pepe, no problem. Okay, that's the Aztec and Cactus Moss Water song. But yeah, okay, link. Okay, yeah, spam those altcoins. Rob the Crypto Snob will count them up. But first, guys, let's take a look at Ethereum, as Ethereum has done exactly what we told it to do yesterday. So yesterday on the live stream, guys, we were looking, let's see, where were we yesterday? At about 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here. Oh, my God. Altcoins. Now I watch you in 2 streams, PC and phone. Shout out to Danny 2 Stacks. Shout out to you, bro. You got a little change drop for you. Let's go. Oh, hey. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Alt votes are in? Is that the alt votes? Wait, hang on. Oh, read pinned comment. Hang on. Yo, shout out to Flavor, bro. Yo, this meme kills me. Says, Frankie the type of dude, yo, Frankie the type to float through the air when he smells a delicious pie. Bro, what is that meme, bro? What is that meme? It's like the Drake meme. Like, Drake the kind of guy that says, why I oughta when he gets mad at you. Like, that joke, that meme goes over my head. I don't get it. It is pretty fun. It's so good, bro. It's so good. I don't get it, though. Okay, let's continue on and take a look at Ethereum, guys. Yesterday, during the live stream, we were sitting down here around the value area low where we were talking about how this is a likely place to get a bounce to the upside, right? You come down to the value area low, and if you could get some kind of bullish confirmation down here, you could be looking for some long positions to potentially ride back up to the POC. However, based off of how the 4-hour was looking with money flow starting to come out, and as well as some other things we were looking at, we had this key level of resistance, right? We were looking for a potential downtrend to begin, and we were saying you could get a bounce off the value area low, but I said be careful of the lower high incoming, right? Now, if we were to come up and retrace from that lower high, where would I be looking? We simply pulled some Fibonacci 786 retracement levels, and we got this purple box. And what happened was, when did we come up here? This was today. We came back up, we tapped that level, and hey, wasn't the biggest move in the world, but easily. I mean, look at the respect on these golden pockets, guys. Beautiful place to go for a nice little 2% scalp. Throw a little 10x leverage on that. That's for the OGs. Shout out to you guys. Thank you, Tyler Durden. I got you, brother. I'm going to pin that up right now. Yeah, that is a nice little 2% scalp, guys. We give these, it wasn't a trade setup, but, we give these freebies away on all the time on the live stream. We gave that retracement level, came up, kissed it almost perfectly, got that little push to the downside. Oh, shout out to Jordy. What is going on, man? Thank you so much for that super chat, $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. Says, Frankie, was the dip on ETH 15-minute around 8 UST a swing failure pattern? I made a killing on the scalp long. Here's your tip. Shout it. Yo, hang on. I loaded up the Bing Bong cannon, guys. So much with cash. Like, look, watch when I pop this thing open. Come on. Look at that. We're stuffed with money right now. But I gotta take some out. Yo, shout out to Jordy. Congratulations on making money on that scalp long, bro. We're gonna hit that bagel blaster for you just a little bit. But hang on. First off, hang on. Before we do that, let's go ahead and check that. The 15-minute, a little dump on the 15-minute. Was it a swing failure? I guess you mean this dump. It's kind of hard to, let me see. Let me pull up a different exchange real quick. Not really. On the 15-minute, I mean, It depends, right? It depends because if you come down to a lower time frame like the if you come down to the 12-minute or the 15-minute, yeah, it's hard because it's hard to figure out exactly what we're talking about. That 15-minute dump. Hard to say. I assume you mean maybe this dump or maybe this dump, which I don't see a swing failure pattern on this dump. I don't really see a swing failure, at least on the 15-minute on this dump. It's very close. Okay, it says the dip right before that pump. This dip right before that pump? Hang on. Right before this pump, Jordy? He longed. Okay. The dip right before this pump is what he's talking about. And the answer is, it's really hard. Like these let me put on the Heikinashis maybe. So on Heikinashis, I guess you're talking about, Jordy, let me know. You're talking about this pump. This is your long, right? So your long looked something like this. Yes or no me in the chat, bro. Yes or no me in the chat. If that was your long, I'm going to do a trade recap on your trade right now, and I'll let you know what I would have seen if I took that trade. Yes, there it is. Well, shout out to you, bro. First off, shout out to you. Congrats on your win. But I will say, the candles are going to look slightly different on each exchange. On the Heikinashi candles, which this is kind of a hot, not a hot topic, but like this is a debatable subject. Can you catch swing failures on Heikinashis? Yes, you can. You can 100% catch swing failures on Heikinashis. Some people think you can't. It works for me. So in my opinion, you could totally catch swing failures. Even though the Heikinashis are an averaged candle, you could still catch swing failures off of this. So if you were looking at Heikinashis, which I don't know if you were or weren't, yes, this was actually this is a ray. That's not what I wanted. Let's, where are we? Right here. So yes, this was technically a swing failure of this wick back here at about $1,764. So I'm sorry, 1762. Yes, dead on. Dude, that's bro. Shout out to Jordy. Let's go. Shout out to Jordy. Bing bong. Shout out to Jordy. Let's go. Congrats on your win, bro. Did you learn how to hit that swing failure off of my tutorial? Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes. Let me know if we helped you make that money, bro. And if you learned how to get that swing failure pattern from that video, bro, I will be a happy camper. That is the number one thing I love is when people learn from me and make some money from it. He says, "Woot, all your sauce, Frankie. I'm just eating dinner." Shout out to Jordy. Congrats, bro. I just almost ate the mic for you. Shout out to you, bro. Congrats on your win. But yes, definitely a nice little swing failure here on your 15-minute for Ethereum. But again, not only that, but bro, you also were incorporating the volume profiles to give you a little bit of extra sauce, right? So not only did you look for that swing failure, but you were also at the value area low, which is a key level of support. And on top of that, you also had money flow, at least on the 15-minute, coming up into the green, right? And let's see if you had anything else. Like what other things I may have looked at here to try to find an entry into a long, nice little 3-minute bull div. Not something I necessarily make big moves off of, but yeah, dude, nice swing failure, bro. Congrats on your win. And yeah, you can go take that straight to the bank, bro. But let's go ahead and continue on. For Ethereum, guys, we got that nice little rejection from the high here. Are we going to continue down? Well, taking a look at your 45-minute money flow, you actually have a nice little trigger wave here. However, that 45-minute money flow, 12-hour red dot confirmed. Money flow looking pretty good. 45-minute money flow coming out. 90-minute money flow starting to trend to the downside. And then again, on your daily, VWAP is coming down. Likely going to get some kind of a correction to come in here. Very, 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 very similar to Bitcoin, right? Yeah, very similar to Bitcoin. However, yeah, looking for that red dot on the daily to be kind of the thing that gives us that cool off. Now, based off the lower time frames with money flow coming out and the green dots printing, I do think you could potentially get a little bit of consolidation, maybe a little bit of bing bonging. But other than that, I will be kind of looking at this as your key level of support. Previous value area low at 1760. If you can maintain support above this level, I would look to respect the current levels that we have on Ethereum. Ethereum, holding between the value area low and the POC, not looking for higher prices until we can flip that POC to support. But again, locally, maybe you bing bong around a little bit, but I will be looking for a potential correction to come in here once we get that money flow crossover into the red on top of the daily red dot. Also, taking a look at that 90-minute money flow. Yeah, 90-minute money flow starting to come out. So I would expect still a somewhat of a correction to come in here. But again, locally, I think you could maybe push up a little bit, kind of just range around. But yeah, shout out to Jordy, bro. Congrats on your ETH long, bro. Congrats to you. Someone was in here saying, "Hey, I just came in here to tell you that your show was how bad your show sucks." I mean, this guy's making money. If you weren't hating so much and you were actually listening to what I said, maybe you could make money like Jordy. We're here for you, bro. We're here for you. Yeah, shout out to you, bro. Whoever that was, I don't know his name. But anyway, we gotta love those people. But let's see. Do the Arbitrum chart, please. Don't ignore if I'm not a member. Shout out to I can't read that name. Hater Saeed. Shout out to you. Let's see. What does it say? Arbitrum. We can try to take a look at Arbitrum. But let's see. All right. So next on the list is going to be Matic. Let's take a look at Matic. Bada boom, bada bing. Right about there. Let's take a look on the day. Yeah, I mean, this, guys, honestly, like all this stuff looks like the same, right? VWAP coming down on the daily, a little bit overbought on the daily as well. Probably going to be looking for a cool off here coming in pretty soon. Let's see. Take a look at the 4-hour red dot printing. Let's take a look at the 90-minute. Yeah, 90-minute money flow coming out. I would look for a correction on Matic here, right? You have your 90-minute money flow coming out. Bada boom. 90-minute money flow coming out. You have your daily red dot looking to print here. VWAP coming down pretty aggressively. 24-minute money flow coming out. Not in agreement with your 8-hour. 15-minute. Let's check 4-hour red dot. 15-minute money flow. Probably, I would look for a correction on Matic potentially here, guys. More specifically, looking at the... Yeah, looking at the daily... Once you print that daily red dot and that 90-minute money flow crosses over into the red, that might be where you get the move down. Pull some local volume here for you guys. Let's see. Bada boom. Yeah, I would... Yeah, I would look at this kind of local range here. Money flow coming out on the 90-minute. If we get this crossover into the red, I'm going to mark this out. Vertical. Bada boom. Money flow crossover in red, go down. There we go. So once you get that money flow crossover into the red, that's kind of where I would look for the move to the downside. And yeah, I'll give you guys some key levels to the downside as well. Actually, get rid of the TA here and take a look. Bada boom. Bada bing. Okay, yeah. So what I would be looking at right now. Take a look at the 4-hour. Pull to the absolute low. Actually, I'll pull from the impulse here. Okay. And let me pull this kind of macro range from here. Pull this to the current price. Okay. So I would be looking at significant support if we get a bigger move down or a bigger correction on Matic. What I would be looking for would be this level right here between 56 and 55 cents. You guys can see the actual numbers right here. You have your value area high, golden pocket confluence sitting right there at that level, right? So I don't know if you're going to get a move all the way back down here, but if you do get some kind of significant move down, that's going to be a key level to watch, not only because it's going to be a level of support, but also if you get below that level and get a rejection back into this volume profile, you could be looking lower down towards that POC / value area low of that range, which will bring you back down to the low lows, right? So I'm not saying we're getting back down there. I don't know if we're going to get lucky enough to get a move all the way back down there. However, if we did, it's going to be very, very key that you hold above this level, or you could be on your way back down to the lows, at about 50 cents, right? And then if we pull some more local levels, I would actually pull from this impulse to the high right there. And I would go ahead and look at this golden pocket, and this 786 Fibonacci retracement level. These are the levels of support and resistance for Matic. Let me go ahead and label that 786. And yeah, these are kind of the local levels of support and resistance that I would be looking at, right? Because if you come down to a lower time frame, let's come down to like the 15-minute. If you're looking at this as a range, right? If you're looking at this as your range, pull it to the current price. There we go, right? So if you wind up getting a move down here and you lose this range decisively, that golden pocket at 786 is going to be your key level. And then again, you would need to get a pretty big meltdown here. You need a pretty big dump to get back down to this level. But this is your key level, right? Like I'll actually mark this out and label it as key, right? Bada boom. There you go. Shout out to Jordy, bro. I'm hyped off your win, Jordy. Because it's like, listen, we have the premium Discord where you can get our spoon-fed trade setups, all that good stuff. But Jordy's out here making money off the live streams, off the free YouTube live streams. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. I'm going to be thinking about this later. Like, this is why I do this. This is why I come up here, is to help you guys actually make money. So when you guys actually take what I talk about and use it to your advantage to make money, like, that is I can't explain how fulfilling that is to me. It's like me accomplishing my mission. It's the best thing in the world. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. Yo, you guys are funny. Talking trash about Ford. Yo, you guys are funny. All right, let's see. Ford backwards, drive, return on foot. Yo. When I think about Frank, I want to pull my fib out. Whoa, Gasgano, come on, bro. Hey, whoa. Hey, take it easy, bro. Take it easy. I'm just kidding, bro. All right, there you go, guys. That's what I'm looking at on Matic. Let's go ahead and jump into our next altcoin. All right, here we go. Bada boom. Okay, SEI. All right, let's take a look at this. Not a lot of price history. Daily, or what is left of it, or what is begun of it. VWAP rolling to the downside. I mean, looks very similar to everything else, guys. 16-hour red dot looking to print. 12-hour red dot looking to print. 10-hour and 8-hour VWAPs. This is interesting. This doesn't look interesting. Okay, I'll give you the levels on this one. I would pull this range. Bada boom. So you are battling this value area, this previous value area low. Whoops. Previous value area low. And then POC. And then your value area high. I would watch these levels, guys. What is this? Yeah, get out of here, Microsoft. Nobody cares. Anyway. Previous value area high. These are kind of the levels I'd be looking at, right? Because these are your next significant levels that you're going to be working with if you get accepted back into this value area. POC. So, as we hit our head on this level, really what you're looking for, very simple. Flip this to simple on this one. Flip this to support. You're likely going to be coming up to your POC sitting at about 12 cents, right? Or 0.1238. If you get above that level, you're simply going to be looking up towards the value area high, sitting at about 0.1289, right? But you're not going to get anywhere unless you get above this value area low. And then again, once you do, you could get accepted back into this range. And this might be a significant level of resistance. I'm going to pull this local. Yeah. Just as I suspected. Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty strong level, right? Because this is your golden pocket, value area low confluence. Turn this red for shorts or purple for shorts. But yeah, I would look for a potential pop above this level. 786 coming in right here. I can mark that out as well. There we go, 786, right? So these are the key levels. But again, money flow on the 8-hour coming to the upside, daily VWAP curving down. So it looks very similar to a lot of other things. 4-hour bear div, 3-hour bear div. Yeah, 3 and 4-hour bear divs looking to print here into your key level of resistance, right? Boom. Yeah, 3 hours printing, 2 hours confirmed. The one thing that you have going for you here is the 2-hour. Did the 1 hour get a VWAP? Yeah, 1 hour VWAP flip, or 1 hour green dot printing, 2 hour VWAP flip may happen here. So I'd be cautious shorting this. But money flow is generally coming out here. It's coming up on the 1 hour, though. I would probably, hard to say. I mean, you're probably going to cool off at some point, right? Because you got a big move up, right? You got a significant move up recently. right? And then not only that, but so I'll give you the levels of support as well. I would probably just basically watch this as an entire range between your golden pocket and your 786. But, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Longs. Boom. So I would watch this as support because, again, money flow, fresh crossover on the 6-hour, 10-hour, looking to crossover into the green. And then your 16-hour, your 12-hour, and your daily. Money flow is coming up, so you could continue this trend to the upside. But locally, you may want to cool off. So if you do wind up, even if you get another push to the upside, if you wind up cooling off, this is going to be your key level of support, which is coming in between 0.1036 and 0.0996. You could put a higher low in here and continue to the upside. However, yeah, these bear divs are printing, but I don't know if I trust them by the way the lower time frame bear divs played out. You didn't really get much of a reaction off this 1-hour bear div, so I'd be cautious. But again, you know, a cool off is likely incoming, so what I would kind of look for is that potential move down to your key level down here. So there you go. All right. With that being said, guys, that's what we're looking at on SEI. Let's go ahead and move on to AVOX, or AVAX, as some people call it. I don't know who calls it AVAX. It's obviously AVOX. All right, let's see. Mafia fam, shout out to Crimson's girlfriend. What is going on? Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Oops, it was actually Chemistry Bro who posted the link for the swing failure video. There you go. Yeah, guys, go check that out for sure. You guys are crazy right now talking about, shout out to Golden. Shout out to Golden, bro. Thank you for gifting those Frankie Candles memberships. Absolutely insane, bro. You are an absolute savage. Everybody give it up for Golden. You get a membership. You get a membership. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. Just making it rain on the Candle Mafia. Let's go. Guys, I think everybody has I don't know who doesn't have a Frankie Candles membership. Shout out to Golden, bro. Just making it rain on the Mafia. Spam those golden emojis if you just got a membership. Show Golden some love. Absolutely insane. Shout out to Golden. You are the man. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Insane. And hey, yo, I know you guys like to say some funny stuff about Golden making it rain and showers and stuff. I'm not going to lie, though. This new Golden emoji does look like a golden, yeah. You guys know what I mean. Shout out to James C. Says, sounds of the casino. Let's go, baby. The memberships, I think, are for 1 month, I believe. Yo, yeah, shout out to you guys. Everybody's got a membership. You get one. There's Crypto Billy. You get one. Let's get it. BTC dumping question mark? Pushing to the downside slightly. Yeah, pushing down a little bit. I don't know. I wouldn't call that dumping just yet, but could turn into a dump. We are looking for that cool off, right? 12-minute money flow starting to come out. 15-minute money. Well, yeah, this 12-minute money flow is starting to come out here, guys. Oh, there it goes. There it goes, baby. She's pushing it. Should we watch it? We're watching it live, guys. Are we going to see what we saw on Monday, but in the opposite direction? Are we going to see a massive dump? Are we going to see it? Unbelievable. Thanks for the membership. Shout out to Michael. You could go ahead and thank Golden. This guy sponsors the channel by giving people memberships for real. Absolutely insane. Let's go. Shout out to Golden, bro. I appreciate you so much, bro. Insane. But yeah, we'll come back in and check on Bitcoin. If it continues, we'll see if it starts to continues to dump here. But let's go back to our not last altcoin, but our previous altcoin, which is AVAX or AVOX as some people call it. Let's see. Yo, you guys are too funny. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's go. Said, yeah, we're gonna watch it. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's go, bro. We watched it pump on Monday. Can we watch it dump today? I hope so. That'll make a lit stream. We have some pretty boring streams, recently, so it would be nice to see a little bit of action 2 times in 1 week. I wouldn't mind it at all. But let's go ahead and continue on here with AVAX, guys. I want to take a look Okay, so we are deviating away from our value area high here. Let me zoom out a little bit and see what analysis we're looking at. I'm going to clear this out. Actually, I'm just going to clear this. I'll just clear this, and I'll clear this. Let's see. Tony D said we should do a wild $1,500 giveaway, something like that, next time BTC reaches all-time highs. Whoever guesses how many subs the channel will have on that day wins or something. Ooh, shout out to Tony D. I don't hate that. We should do a $1,500 giveaway before all-time highs. That's what I think. Hey, shout out to Daniel. Said, I just made so much on that short. Let's go. Shout out to Daniel. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Bing bong. Or should I say, there we go. Shout out to Daniel, bro. Congrats on your gains, bro. Let's get it. I don't know if it was off something we said, but either way, money in your pocket, bro. Bing bong. There we go. Sometimes you got to tap it to make it work. But yeah, shout out to you, bro. Let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. It's never boring here, Wolf of Crypto. That is dang right, bro. That is dang right. But let's go ahead and continue on. Looking at our volume profile, we are deviating slightly, but when looking at our daily time frame, we are looking for that red dot. So, guys, on a lot of the alts, I will say they are looking bullish in the longer term, right? In the higher time frames, they are looking bullish with the money flow crossing over into the green, but the VWAPs are looking to cool off, and we are now above our volume profile, right? So we are looking at this as an overvalued AVAX, and if we know that AVAX has typically agreed that this is the fair price between this range, and we are overvalued right now with bearish signals, we could wind up getting accepted back into the range. Now, I'm not saying because of the money flow crossed over into the green, I'll be honest, if we do get a push down, I would likely be looking for a higher low to come in. Where would I look for that higher low? Well, similar to where we were looking for the lower high on Ethereum, which it wound up hitting almost perfectly, I would be looking right here between the golden pocket 786 retracement, but we're kind of on the opposite end here, not looking for a rejection, but looking for a bounce. Let's see. Daniel says, man called that dump back to 28K. Yo, shout out to Daniel. Wait, was that the same Daniel that... Is that the same Daniel that sent the super chat? No way. But yeah, shout out to Daniel. Yo, let us know what you were seeing on that short, bro. Let us know. Yeah, but continuing on here. Tony said ding dong. Yo, sounds like an elevator. Yes, it does actually sound like an elevator. It is the MTA New York subway sound. All right, let's see. Okay, let's continue on. But yeah, looking for that red dot. Once you get that red dot on the daily, oh, let's go. Shout out to Cybersplash. Said, Frankie, if you have time, can you take a look at Link? It looks primed for a dump. Multiple drive bearish divs on many time frames. We will take a look at Link and Arbitrum. Someone asked for Arbitrum. I'll try to take a look at as well. Link and Arbitrum, yeah, Link and Arbitrum I will add to the list. But as we're above this value area high, guys, looking for potential acceptance back into our value area high before getting a push down. But I would, based off money flow, be looking for a higher low to potentially come in on your golden pocket or even your 786 before continuing higher. So there you go. That's basically what I'd be looking for on AVAX. And then your key level of resistance here, I would say, let me pull up the VPVR real quick. Let's see it. Bada boom. Yeah, I would probably say your next major target probably going to be up towards this high volume node at about 1152 if you are able to get another big move up. And again, you don't have to, if we do get a push down here, you can look to get accepted below that value area high and come down to this level. But we could easily catch support on that value area high and potentially get that move up like that. But again, that daily red dot is what I'm looking at for a potential pullback to income here. Cybersplash, thank you so much for that super chat. I do appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Adil said, Frankie, When can we fly you out to the UK for a few weeks? We need that sauce here. Shout out to Adil. I would love to go to the UK. I have never been to the UK. That would be cool. I'd be down. I'd be so down to do that, bro. Maybe we'll do a meetup in the UK. We actually have a significant amount of people that watch from the UK. Super cool. It blows my mind that people watch from so far away. It's the coolest thing ever. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. I'm going to take a look at Arbitrum before I forget, and then Link, and then I'll go back to the list because I don't want to forget these for who asked for them. Well, we had a level of resistance up here. I don't know how old this is, so I'm just gonna restart here. Yeah, I think BTC just swept the lows for a little SFP. Let's check it. Let's check it. Oh, yeah, we definitely did sweep the lows. Let's come to the 1 hour here. Yeah, nice little SFP. Let's see if we can get the bing bong to the upside. I'm looking for a short entry. I would love a little push up here to roll back over and then catch the actual short. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Shout out to Wolf of Crypto said, I appreciate your channel even more for giving me a little bit of peace. Shout out to Wolf of Crypto. Hey, if I could bring you the peace, shout out to you, man. But let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's go back to the future. No, let's go back to ARB. Okay, so checking out Arbitrum here. I'm actually going to pull right here. Little range. SFP's in the house. Was that always an emoji, or did we just make that? Shout out to Michael Vito. Shout out to you, bro. Okay. So, yeah, taking a look here. Yeah, you got the kind of a wonked out range here. You are starting to leave your area of balance. Key levels here on Arbitrum are actually pretty clear. So I would actually go from here to here. Yeah, so you have a bit of a volume gap right here, right? So if you wind up cracking, I would say about $1.02, right? If you wind up breaking these highs, yeah, I would say like once you get above about $1, right? You have a pretty low volume gap right here. Likely, if you get into that gap, you're going to shoot up to the next high volume node, which is pretty in line with this value area low, sitting at about $1.08, almost $1.09, and move the chart over a little bit. If you wind up, yeah, beautiful little volume gap there. But once you get up to this previous value area low, you know, once you flip that to support, you could move up to the POC and even potentially that value area high. But I will be honest with you guys, pretty high volume node. I would be careful around this POC because you do have a lot of, this is a big volume, big high volume node. So I would be just a little bit careful. Yeah, I would definitely be a little bit careful with that. But those are the levels I'd be looking at, right? And I'll even highlight this value area so you guys kind of know that's your next area of balance. And we'll go neutral, and low volume gap is obviously right here. So, yeah, other than that, though, you know, money flow coming up on the daily, but the VWAP's coming down. I don't know if I'm going to go too deep into this because very, 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 very similar to what has been yeah, it's kind of what it's hard to say, right? Money flow coming up, but everything really does look very similar with the daily VWAPs chilling over, curving back down towards that zero line, looking for a cool off here, potentially incoming. Money flow would be indicating for more upside, but the VWAP is looking to roll over. So, you know, I'd be waiting on those dailies to roll over and give us a little bit of a cool off. If you do wind up cooling off a little bit here, let's actually pull up Lux Algo real quick. Whoops. And I want to see here, right? We have not had a bullish change of character yet here on the daily, but let's come down to the 4 hour. Yeah, locally on the 4 hour here. Yeah, where's our golden pocket retracement? Let me zoom in here a bit. Bada boom, zoom in a bit, collapse this, zoom in on the candles, and I'm going to come over here and we are going to pull our fibs. Bada boom. Yeah. Okay, so you have this bullish change of character here. You can see that marked out by Lux Algo. Chach plus. But, yeah, if we do wind up coming back down into this volume profile, you have your smart trail coming in right here, almost right in line with your previous daily low. But if we wind up coming down here, these are kind of the levels I would be looking at, right? Number one actually is not going to be this level. Number one level I would be looking at is actually going to be not this fib. I would actually, I would rather look at this fib, right? So Boom. Right? Because right now, if you get a push down, let me extend this volume profile. If you get a push down here, right, we had the bullish change of character right here, right, letting us know our candles turn blue, right, bullish change of character. Now if we get a retracement into a local golden pocket or 786, we could look for longs, right, to put in a higher low and continue a move to the upside. However, if we do not hold those levels, I like this level because you have confluence with the smart trail as well as your golden pocket 786. However, if we wind up getting a bigger move down, I would shift my focus down to this golden pocket retracement, which the 786 of that retracement is in line with your POC, right? So I would be looking at this POC / golden pocket as well as some other support levels. So again, if we get a push down there, I'm basically going to be looking for a bounce off that smart trail, which is likely going to be somewhere around here with that daily low, previous daily low. But if we wind up losing that level and we can't get back above that value area high, I'd look for the bigger move down to the golden pocket or the 786. And there you go. That's what I'm looking at on Arbitrum. Shout out to whoever asked for that. I forget who asked for it. Someone asked for that, but hopefully that helps you out. Shout out to Dawson, says, great stream as always. Looking to the downside. Shout out to Dawson. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. Let's see. Brilliant TA and disgusting voice. Can you not talk like a man? I don't know what your name is. Ianco. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. I guess you're saying that I don't have a deep enough voice. And I mean, shout out to you, man. Everybody show Ianco some love in the chat, bro. Don't worry. Whatever you're going through is going to be much better soon, bro. Your life is not going to be that bad forever. I promise you. Trust me. I've been there. I've been in your position, bro. I've been in the chat talking trash to people. And I was in a pretty bad position back then, but it ended. Look at me now. So shout out to you, bro. Hopefully everything gets better for you, bro. Shout out to Crypto Chef. Mad love. Frankie is the Donna Dons. Shout out to Crypto Chef. But dude, my voice isn't deep enough, apparently. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Someone said Ianco's in a bad mood. We love you, bro. We love you. Don't worry. Reach out if you need any help with anything, bro. I'm here for you, man. We love the voice. Shout out to the BRB. I appreciate you, bro. I was going to actually shut down the channel because that guy didn't like the voice. Let me think about this for weeks now. Anyway, Frankie, maybe use some sort of maybe use some of your gains for some vocal coaching. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should. I just get vocal surgery. I just get a new voice, and I'll come in here and I'll just sound completely different. But let's see. Guy lost half his money on Pepe. It's okay, Ianco. We love you, bro. We love you. No hate on this channel. We like you. But anyway, I told you this when you were practicing for America's Got Talent. Shout out to Tony D. I'm never going to make it big in singing, guys. I'm never going to make it big. Oh, God. Auto-tune question mark? Yo, that would be hilarious. But anyway, shout out to Ianco. Like I said, bro, your life will get better. I promise. It's not going to be that bad forever. Shout out to you. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Savage Trade. Said, you need a troll sound? I don't know. I don't really like, I only give 1 out of every 10 haters attention. Because, we don't want to give any hate attention, but once in a while, I do actually feel bad for haters because, again, like I say this all the time, I've been in their shoes, right? Like I've been a hater before. And, at that time, guys, it was at the lowest point in my life. And I'm just I don't know. I guess I just have I have the wherewithal or I guess I have the self-awareness, to be able to look back and be like, oh, this is embarrassing. I feel so embarrassed that I acted like that because I'm everybody could just look at me and know that I was hating because I was basically exposing how horrible my life was. And I really do feel for the haters when they come in here and say mean stuff, which is very rare. But I really do feel bad for these people. Like, think about the type of people, and I'm not hating on them because I was literally one of them, but you have to think about, like, the type of people who, like, imagine going to someone's house and being like, oh, what are you doing on your phone? It's like, oh, I'm in a chat right now, and I'm gonna write something really mean to this guy. But, like, and then you think to yourself, like, when you think of it from an outside perspective, it's like, wait, really? Like, you have the time? Don't you have stuff to do? Like, don't you have something to do other than, like, go in and hate on somebody? And it's true, and I feel embarrassed that I was like that at one point. So I do truly feel like I need to, like, show some sympathy to the haters because, like, I know they're not doing well. Hate only comes from below. So yeah, I just gotta show him love because I was literally been there, and I know he's probably still in here. He probably doesn't know that we could check, but we will. He is still in here. So, Ianco, shout out to you, bro. No hate to you, man. I'm here for you. Seriously, hit me up on Discord. I'll help you out. If you need help in your life, because trust me, I've been to the lows, and they don't last forever, even though it feels like that. So, shout out to you. Thank you for still watching. I appreciate you. Smash the like button if you have not already. Start the positivity in your life right now. You can change it right now, bro. I promise. I promise. It feels weird. It feels yucky at first, but eventually you'll wake up in a better mood, and then you'll find out that you stopped hating, and you'll be like, oh my God, look at my life. So shout out to you. I truly mean that, bro. I'm truly giving you advice because I've been where you are. But anyway, shout out to Golden. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I wasn't a huge fan at first, but then I realized you gave us the best TA ever, LFG. Shout out to Golden. Golden literally is our sponsors our channel now. So look at that. If we can win Golden over, we can win anybody over. Really, Golden? That shocks me, dude. That shocks me. But yeah, what was it? Golden, let me know what you weren't a fan of. Let me know. Did you think I was a scammer? Definitely not a scammer. But yeah, LFG Golden, let's go, baby. Fair play, man. Great words. Great words. Yeah, shout out to you, bro. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, yeah, we don't like giving the haters attention, but if I do give them attention, I just don't want to spread the hate, right? I just want to, like, try to help them, right? Like, take a negative, turn it into a positive, right? But anyway, shout out to all the haters. The haters are the biggest fans, too. It's, like, funny. It's like, yeah, I don't really think this to our haters because I guess we give, like, information that they could use, so it's like they're probably just using us. But it's funny because you got to think, right? Like, every time I watch a YouTuber and they're getting hate, I'm looking at the haters like, dude, you're in the chat. You're interacting in their chat. You like, how you lost. You're losing. Like, you're in the chat interacting. It's hilarious. But anyway. And it's funny, too, that we could check. It's funny that we could still check if they're in the chat. And they always are. And, like, it's super funny. But, yeah, shout out to the haters, the biggest fans. All right, yeah, 2 wrongs don't make a right. That is dang right. Haters are just motivation. Keep it going. Yeah, that shout out to Chief. Yeah, absolutely. I remember when I got my first hater, I felt accomplished. I was like, oh, my God, I have a hater. People who don't know me hate me. This is like an accomplishment. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on and keep spitting that sauce. Check out Rune. That's not what I wanted to do. Bada boom. They call me Frankie Fat Fingers. Sometimes stuff leaves my mouth before I can catch it. But anyway, let's take a look here at the daily for Rune. I don't know what any of this is. I think it's old. We'll go ahead and not remove the indicators. We'll go ahead and remove. Yeah, let's check it. Take a look at the daily. So take a look at the daily. Smart Trail has turned bullish. Take a look at the 16-hour. Yeah, you got a little bit of a range here. Let's go ahead and pull it. Yeah, you're way out of your range here. Let's check the money flow on Market Cipher. I mean, yeah, it all looks very, very similar, guys. VWAP on the daily rolling to the downside. Money flow crossing over into the green. 16-hour red dot printing. Let's check that 1 hour money flow. Yeah, this looks like, I mean, a lot of these things, guys, look like they want to cool off. Whether you get another push to the upside, maybe another deal. But you are, yeah, this is looking like it wants to potentially cool off. Take a look at the daily. Yeah, I mean, it all looks the same, to be honest. Like, all the daily VWAPs are cooling off. This range is a little bit wonked out. I would look for a potential correction, right? I'll pull back up that range, pull some golden pockets, find those key levels of support, pull from the high to the low. Nice confluence here with your golden pocket value area high right about there. Get rid of this. And, yeah, this would kind of be your next key level of support. If you get a cool off, I would closely be watching this $1.82 to $1.77 mark. 786 coming in at about 1.67. And this would be like the main areas that I would be looking for a bounce, because if we come back down and we don't get a bounce off the golden pocket or the 786, I'd actually be looking down to the range lows coming in at $1.41. But other than that, I would take a look at the 3-day. I mean, you could have a nice little bear div here on the 3-day once that winds up rolling over. But again, guys, remember the money flow on the higher time frames is coming up, right? That is indicating more upside. So I wouldn't be looking, even on a 3-day bear div, not looking to short this to zero, but more looking for higher lows to continue to the upside, right? Another unintentional head and shoulders. But there you go. That's what we're looking at on Rune. Nice and easy there, because it looks basically the same as everything else. But let's go ahead and take a look at Link. Before we forget, all right. Oh, baby. Oh, here we go. Attempting. Let me re-pull this range. Yeah. So attempting to approach our next key level of resistance here, coming in at 1213. Finally broke out of our range here, guys. Link has been stuck in this range forever. This was your accumulation chance for Link, guys. It was stuck in here for so long, and now we have finally left, coming up to some resistance here. I'm not 100% positive where this purple box came from, but I bet you we can reverse engineer it. Let's see. Well, I would definitely be watching this level here at 1523. That's your value area low of the top of the bull run. That is going to be a big level to watch. Oh, shout out to Creighton C. $20 super chat. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for that. Said, Troll, this guy is so stupid. He's not saying what I want to hear. Time to tune in for another 3 hours. He's Frankie Sumerian. He will not have, or he will not hate, so Tyler and me will hate for him. Shout out to Creighton C. I do press that the CandleMafia be nice to the haters. Remember, they are hurting. The haters are hurting. I know they seem scary and aggressive, but they are hurting. They are soft and cuddly on the inside. They don't feel good about themselves, or maybe they don't like their boss. They get bullied by their boss or something. I don't know. Who knows? But shout out to Creighton C. I appreciate you, bro. I bet you think he's still in here? I bet you he is. And we love you, bro. I want to be very clear. We are not hating. We are just worried about you. He's still in here. We apologize, bro. I mean, I don't apologize. I feel for you. But anyway, continuing on. Big money. Shout out to DJ. Shout out to DJ. Says big money. Shout out to Astro Zombie. What is going on, bro? Good to see you in here. And shout out. Speaking of Astro Zombie, shout out to you, bro. Says Frankie has the sauce. Don't forget it. Let's go. I guess that's probably why they hang out in chat, right? It's funny. It'd be hilarious if we could block people from being able to see the videos. Because it'd probably, shout out to the PRB with the sauce emojis. It's funny. It's almost like, I hate you. And then you could see they're still in the chat, and it's like, I guess the info's good, huh? Guess the info's good. Shout out to Jordy. But anyway, guys, let's continue on. I really am. I really don't want to give the haters attention, but I don't know. For some reason, I felt bad for that guy. I don't know. It was just like such a pointless. It was like a trivial thing. It wasn't like he was like hating on my TA or anything. It was just like, your voice is stupid. Okay. Anyway, how old are we? All right. Anyway, continuing on here. Take a look at Link. But yeah, this level, I'm sure this is probably a golden pocket. Let's pull it. Let's go bada boom to the low. I think that's the low. Yeah, so you do have a golden pocket sitting in here. And if we pull it to that impulse, yeah, so you do have a local golden pocket. I'm actually going to move this up to that golden pocket because I don't know what these other levels are from because they are old. But yeah, this is your level right here. Your key level to get above. So if we continue up here, guys, going for from the impulse before this big move down, your golden pocket 786 is coming in right here between 1539 and 1320. And we actually looked at this on the live stream the other day. If you pull up your visible range volume profile, let me hide this stuff. Bada boom, bada bing. We were looking at this, guys, the volume gap. The volume gap basically up to about $11, right? So you have this big old volume gap right up to about $11. And then beyond that, right, you get the quick move up. You get the quick move up to $11, and then if you get over this little high volume node, the next kind of spike in volume is at your golden pocket 786 retracement, which also happens to be in perfect confluence with your value area low of your volume profile from the top of the bull market, right? So, hands down, no questions asked, key level of resistance is going to be, this purple box again between about 1539 and 1320. Got it, Cody? You got those numbers? Ionic, or whatever your name was? You got those numbers? Write them down. Come on, guys. I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's continue on, guys. I'm just having fun. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out what's next. Atom. All right, last altcoin is going to be Atom. We are right on time, baby. Let's get it. Ooh, Atom. Here we go. So, 2-day bull div could be indicating a strong strong low here. Bada boom, right? Higher lows, lower lows. You got that bull div on the 2-day. This could be indicating a significant bottom is in here for Atom. What I would really like to see here is I don't love this money flow. I would like to see this come up a bit, right? Daily money flow is coming up, but your VWAP is rolling to the downside here. Yeah, it looks so similar to everything else. So I would watch for 16-hour red dot looking to print, 12-hour red dot looking to print. Your 10-hour red dot's confirmed. Take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, 4-hour red dot printing. So it does look like this thing may want to cool off at some point here very, very soon. However, money flow does look pretty good on the higher time frames. For some reason, Atom is lagging behind everything else. Like your weekly money flow actually doesn't look good at all. But you are getting the green dot printing. So that is kind of contradictory, but money flow on the daily is coming up. So it does look very similar to everything else. Key levels of resistance, I'll just redraw these for you guys. Obviously, looking at your volume profile, going to be a significant amount of resistance coming in at about 836, which lines up perfectly with these lows, which have been respected for quite some time. But let's go ahead and pull some fibs from the low to the high. Let's go from this impulse. Yeah, so locally you're getting a golden pocket retracement, but I would watch right here. Golden pocket, high volume node, or shelf of volume, right? Got your shelf of volume right here. That's going to start giving you some resistance, and then you're moving into your golden pocket. If you get above your golden pocket, you may be able to get a quick retracement or a quick push up to your 786 where you have another high-volume node. These targets are pretty far away, but these are kind of the next significant targets I would be looking at on Atom. If we pull our local profile, these levels right here, local resistance, bada boom, 786 golden pocket right here. So once you get above here, I would look for a move. You do have a slight resistance level. You have a nice little high volume node here at about 787. So I would expect something like this. Once you get a cool down, right? Maybe you come back, test the lows, put in a higher low, get above here, shoot to this level, get caught up, flip it. So that is basically these are the levels I'll be looking at, right? You break out of this volume profile, next stop, probably 788, right? And then once you get above that level, you're looking to attack. What happened? What was that all about? Trying to shut us down? Oh, hey. Whoa, we got an alarm going off. What's going on here? What's going on here? Bitcoin pumping? I didn't even hit an alarm. I know there's no alarm here. The heck is going on? Anyway, let's go back to Link. So there. Hang on. Hold up. What just happened? Why are we on Link now? Hold up. There we go. Okay, so back to Atom. Wait, what were we just looking at? Was that Atom? Hold up. I think it was. Yeah, it was Atom. Why did everything just default? What just happened? What is going on? We're getting hacked. We're getting hacked, guys. But yeah, there you go. That is what I'd be looking for on Adam. These are the key levels. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if you get a cool off first and then you go to attack these levels. But very, very clear levels here, especially with these volume gaps. You can even anticipate how quickly you'll move through these levels. So that's what I'd be looking at. And then this 786 is kind of your very, 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 this is, very high volume node up here. A high chance of a rejection up here at some point. But other than that, there's really not much between where you are right now. And honestly, like the next real resistance is this level up here at $9.30. Obviously, you have many levels in between, but like this is the next major, major, major level. So there you go. There is Adam, guys. What is going on? Nat, what is going on, man? Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Creighton C, says SFP. Let's go. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto One dropping those sauce emojis. But guys, I think that's all the time we got for today's live stream. Shout out to everybody who stuck around till the end of the stream. How many likes did we get? Did we get 550 likes? If we did not, somebody hit that like button, get us to 550. Let's go ahead and pull up the picker wheel. Here we go. Start spinning that dang wheel. How many likes we got? Let's pull that screen back up. Oh, 511. If we get... shout out to Tyler Durden. Bro, we are on the same wavelength. He said hashtag spins or money sign spins or ticker spins. I said, let's spin that dang wheel. Let's go. Salute to the mod. Shout out to Hodl Crypto. Chemistry Bro said Bitcoin bounced off the ascending triangle support, hoping it fills out the triangle before the next leg up. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. I'll have to take a look at that off stream because we're about to end. But shout out to you, man. And let's go ahead and spin this dang wheel. If we get 500, oh my God, yo, we just jumped up from 511 to 541 in like 1 second. No problem, Hodl. We got you. Let's go 541. We are close. We are close. Oh, rugged on the first one. Here we go. Number 2. Let's get it. Let's see. 542. 542. Refresh it. Refresh it. 548. Let's go. Oh my God. We need the extra spins, guys. 10 spins if we get 550 before we spin it 5 times. Can we get there? Let's see. Yo, shout out to Crypto 101, shouting out the mod. Shout out to Jay-Z in the chat. Hope, what's up? Let's see, 549. One more like, 552. Let's get it. Bing bong. Shout out to you guys. Thank you all for 550 likes. Now we got to get this wheel to start hitting. 555. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. We'll get there. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. This wheel is a total scam, Mark. 100% a scam. What is going on here? There we go. Oh, that's all right. We got 10 spins now. We got 5 more. Let's go. Blah! Shout out to Michael. He's got that goat in the house. Blah! Blah! I can't do that one. I can't do that. It must be my garbage voice. I'm kidding. I'm done. Anyway. All right, here we go. Yo, shout out to Wick said when wheel remodel. Hang on. Wick. There we go. Just ping the old Tony. Tony, I was just gassing you up, bro. I was on the phone with my dad. Talking to my dad this afternoon. I was gassing you up, bro. I was just saying, bro. Like you were like my dad's like, oh, did Tony help you with the move or whatever? And I was like, are you kidding me? Tony was knocking on the door the day I moved with his toolbox saying, I'm ready to build your set. It's like absolutely savage, bro. Shout out to Tony D. All right, let's see. What do we got? 9. One more spin. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Right after. Are we going to go 5? Are we going to go 6 for 6 right now? Let's go. Right after. We hit 550. You guys notice that? As soon as we hit 550, they were all giveaways. That's interesting. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 giveaways. That's for the mods. Shout out to the mods. If you have not shown them love, show them love in the chat right now. Hashtag Bing bong. But with all that being said, shout out to you guys. Tony D said, he said I miss popping candles. Shout out to Tony D. But Alpha said, bro, real talk, the voice is garbage. Shout out to you, bro. But guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for today's live stream. Watch out for that potential either scam pump to the upside before the rejection or a cool off incoming right now. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for today's live stream. I'll see you here, same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. I'll see you guys later. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road, chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store, I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the campaign, swear I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stanza like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time, I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to steward a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle shrunk. 4th and 40 got a pun. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. God, that gives me PTSD. But guys, we're here. We're back. Welcome to the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Pepe. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at Pepe. Let's see. Shout out to poor man Joe. Let's get it. Pepe is going bonkers. Let's check it out. Okay, yeah, Pepe is indeed going bonkers. Next target for Pepe, guys. This is the quick and what do we call it? Quick and abbreviated version of technical analysis. I'm going to go ahead and pull one volume profile right there. Go ahead and mark out the value area. I'm just going to give you the levels here because this is a meme coin, and the meme coins, although they will oftentimes respect levels, sometimes will not respect the TA. But there you go, right? Next major level of resistance is going to, I mean, other than the high volume node that we are hitting right now, right here at whatever price this is, 0.1000127. But once we get over this level, guys, next major level of resistance is going to be here between both of these prices. Yeah, next level of significant resistance is going to be here at this high volume node between these two levels. But yeah, once you get above this high volume node, you may be able to get a quick move up into that level. And this thing is going absolutely ballistic. I will look at it on Market Cypher, but again, like VWAP cooling off. But this is a meme coin, right? Like oftentimes these things will just rip, regardless of what the charts look like. But these levels are likely to get respected. You know, you are hitting a significant level of resistance right here, which I will mark out right about there. And boom, right there. That is what I'd be looking at on Pepe, guys. Again, not going to go too deep into Market Cypher or anything like that, just because likely if this thing's going to rip, it's just going to rip no matter what. But those levels will be respected if we get a pullback. Key level of support likely will be right here, which is, again, not going to read those levels just because I'll mess up the zeros. But from the low to the high, no confluence there. But yeah, I would watch these levels, guys. If we keep pumping, watch that high volume node. And if we pull back, watch this blue box if I can get this thing to extend. There you go. So screenshot those levels if you want them. Screenshot those levels if you want them. And then screenshot this value area if you want it. And with all that being said, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Thank you all for hanging out till the end of the stream. All 342 of you. Hey, let's try to get to 600 likes before we end the stream. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place all time. Same place, same time. Right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all I got. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out,